All right, and talking about the opening night of the season, we've got the Cavs and the Bulls are playing, and the Warriors and the Pelicans are playing. Now, the interesting thing about the Pelicans, too, here, Jordan, is that they've gotten a lot of prime time spots in the schedule. Do you think that they're going to be a skill team this year? Do you think they'll be high up in the rankings by the end of the season?
I think the Alvin Gentry hire for the New Orleans Pelicans is going to make them a 50-win basketball team as well. I really, really wanted Alvin Gentry for the Bulls this offseason and didn't get him. But going to the Pelicans and coaching Anthony Davis, probably the second or third best player in the NBA right now. Yeah, I really like the New Orleans Pelicans. Speaking of opening night, Paddy Power actually has just released their opening night odds, and the Pelicans are 9-point dogs against the Warriors. Now, if you remember, of course, the Golden State Warriors swept them, but the New Orleans Pelicans played a lot tougher in the first round of the playoffs than a lot of people projected. And guess what? Pelicans were 3-1 against the spread in that series, and +9 here. I don't know if the books just forgot that the Pelicans played them tough, but now with a new coach and Alvin Gentry, and I was a big Monty Williams fan, but I also love Alvin Gentry. This is a guy that has a lot of coaching experience. Took the Phoenix Suns to a Western Conference Finals and probably could have been in an NBA Finals if it wasn't for those Kobe Bryant and Pau Gasol Lakers teams that won those 2 championships. So I really like the Pelicans here as a potential at a +9 underdog opening the NBA season against the Golden State Warriors. And I think overall, even though they might not be a great ATS bet this year, I think they're definitely going to be a really good basketball team, probably definitely higher than 8th as well in the Western Conference this season. And when you look over the Chicago Bulls and the Cleveland Cavaliers opening the season, definitely going to be a nice game as well. Chicago Bulls had the Cavs on the ropes in the playoffs in the second round last year in the East. We're up 2-1, and then Pau Gasol hurt his hamstring, and it pretty much all went downhill from there, and they just got dominated. But Derrick Rose healthy, potentially. You're looking at a team with a new head coach with a more offensive mindset. They keep that defensive mindset that was put in place, and Joakim Noah's healthy for a full season. Chicago is definitely going to challenge the Cleveland Cavaliers, and that's why I'm laying off the Cavs, I think, as a future odds bet, just because there's a real potential here for the Chicago Bulls this season. Now, I say that as a Chicago Bulls homer, of course, but I am serious about it this time. They are one of those teams that we saw last year where Golden State basically came in with the exact same roster but a brand new head coach and ended up winning the NBA championship. Do I think that's going to happen to the Bulls? No, but there's a really good chance they could challenge the Cavs this year.
And plus, besides that, Jordan, last season, LeBron totally choked in the beginning.
Well, I mean, not in the NBA Finals where he was dropping 40 and 50 points a game, but I mean, you know, they really, I think the Cavs, even though I like that they re-signed a lot of their team and brought back a lot of their core, they still don't have Tristan Thompson locked in. He was a Bulls killer last year. I mean, he dominated the Bulls. If they don't have him to go up against Chicago to be that rebounding presence and you know, he's not a great defender, but at least he's a good defender down low. You know, Kevin Love and Mozgov together, not a great offensive or defensive front court, excuse me. Mozgov is really good at protecting the rim, but, you know, the Bulls, I think, could challenge them as well, and I think opening night's going to be a very good indicator as to how this rivalry is going to play off. I don't think there's many other circumstances this season for the NBA that we don't see the Cavs and the Bulls play in the Eastern Conference Finals, unless, of course, we get them in the second round like we did last year. But now that the NBA is probably getting rid of those screwy rules where the division winner gets a home court advantage no matter what their record is, I think you'll see the Bulls and the Cavs easily as the top 1 and 2 seeds, which will ensure that we do not see them play in the playoffs until the Eastern Conference.